Hello guys, and now is that unique moment when I will quote Russian military vloggers. They say Russia has serious troubles with air defense, and I cannot but agree. And recent events demonstrate they have serious troubles. They brought the majority of their air defense to Crimea, and we destroy them beautifully with direct, accurate, precise, and I can give you many more epithets. Ukrainian armed forces neutralized 4 Russian S-400 with a direct ATACMS hit and Ukrainian drones at the backup. Also, during 2024, we observe how easily Ukrainian kamikaze drone traveled deep inside the Russian rear, destroying their oil refineries, their radars, their military plants, which is another proof Russia, first of all, lacks air defense, then it expanded these systems enormously and keeps bringing them to Crimea, where Ukraine keeps destroying them. Another important event took place in Chernihiv region, which unfortunately borders Russia, and Ukrainian military stopped another Russian sabotage group, which proves that our borders under good control. So let me tell you more about this important event from an ordinary Ukrainian perspective. My name is Anna, I'm from Ukraine, I'm in Ukraine, I love my country, and if you want to demonstrate your solidarity with us, join the community of the channel, subscribe, and help us share more information about Ukraine and its fight against evil authoritarian regimes, because Russia is not alone, unfortunately. But we are doing good also with the help of our partners. And this direct ATACMS hit is something that Russians have already experienced not once, and they keep bringing air defense to Crimea, and we keep destroying air defense systems there. Actually, lots of people who live in bordering with Ukraine regions that, because of Putin's decision to invade Ukraine, have already turned into a war zone themselves. And we often travel during our geography lessons there. This is Kursk, Belgorod, Rostov, Krasnodar, Voronezh, and many more. And people of these regions, they often argue that they lack explanation what to do in times of air defense work, that they simply do not see the work of air defense, and all because for Russia the priority is war. The priority is the invasion and destruction of Ukraine, not actually the protection of well-being of their own people. And we can clearly see that air defense is either close to Putin's bunkers location, St. Petersburg and Moscow, or in Crimea, because Russia feels they are losing this extremely important platform for the logistics, for the supply, and I'm sure sometime soon the very last Russian air defense will be destroyed there. So the operation was conducted with the help of Ukrainian drones and ATACMS. These S-400 systems were located in Sevastopol, which was previously the headquarters of the Russian Black Sea Navy after the occupation, but because, once again, of successful Ukrainian work, they had to escape, and now they are located in Novorossiysk. But we actually reached them with Ukrainian drones in Novorossiysk too. And those of you who watched Russian naval parade a week ago witnessed lots of Russian war ships were lacking. That's another proof that the majority of them were upgraded by Ukrainians to submarines. So tonight the targets were in the mountains close to Sevastopol. There are lots of highlands on the peninsula. When Ukraine liberates Crimea and you come to visit this beautiful peninsula, you will see it's ideal for resorts, for traveling, definitely not to be a military zone of a dying Russian empire. But now, using this Crimean landscapes, Crimean hills, they put air defense systems there, and we destroy Russian air defense systems there. Because what are they doing in Ukrainian Crimea? Thank you so much. We need more ATACMS to attack them. If you want to see Russia defeated and you're not yet subscribed, please do. And another important event took place in Chernihiv region. Chernihiv is one of the northern regions that actually suffered greatly during the first months of the Russian full-scale war. Many of its territories were occupied. It is a beautiful Ukrainian region with rich history, with lots of buildings that date back actually to the times of Kiev Rus, and unfortunately located too close to Belarus and Russia. And from time to time, Russian sabotage groups try to enter Ukraine. They do it in different places. For example, my region also borders with Belarus in the north, and we have to be careful. And actually, President Zelensky was visiting Volyn to check the fortresses and security of our border. It's always like that. When I'm in Kiev, Zelensky in Volyn, in Lutsk. But anyway, he was satisfied. But I am more satisfied to hear about the stopping, neutralization. I'm looking for this kind synonyms for YouTube because you can actually guess what had happened to this Russian sabotage group. It joined almost 580,000 Russian soldiers in hell. It was quite difficult because they were backed by artillery, by aviation, drones, I'm sorry, not aviation because that's a small group, but they were backed up by artillery, backed up by drones from Bryansk region, but that did not help them. Another proof that apart from serious work on the front lines, apart from building fortifications and defense systems, apart from training newly mobilized people, apart from learning how to fly F-16s and doing a lot of things, Ukrainians are very attentive with the borders. Unfortunately, Russians use problems with borders everywhere, and I'm personally convinced that troubles that Poland from time to time has with immigrants at its borders is nothing but Russia backed up operation. So I'm really happy to learn that even in those regions that are considered safer, like Chernihiv now, like Kyiv, like Zhytomyr, like my native region Volyn, we have Ukrainian troops controlling the border, backing up the border, and neutralizing Russians. You know, for every Russian soldier, there is always a chance to survive. Simply do not cross the border with Ukraine. There are lots of things to do inside Russia. You have lots of troubles to fight against, and the center of your problems is in the Kremlin. But unfortunately, they support Putin's ideas. And actually, I love this quote of Winston Churchill that many of you often write in comments. If the country is run by a dictator, it is not only a dictator to blame. And that's true about Russia, that's true about China, that's true about North Korea and many other countries. Because somehow in Ukraine, dictatorships do not work out. Pro-Russian presidents do not manage to keep the power, and I'm proud of my people and our civil society. And another reason why negotiations with Russia are actually impossible is the fact that in reality, Russia needs war even more than it needs Ukraine. War is the reason that explains their poverty, their problems, total control over people, censorship, and this hatred. They explain all of their life problems with outer enemies, rotting West, evil Ukraine, and they do not look inside. Because if they did look inside, they'd be terrified at how miserable and dark their reality is. But enough about Russia. I want to thank all the people around the world who support Ukraine. Please join me on Instagram, X, Threads, and Discord. All the links that you need are in the description of this video. I'm looking forward to our live conversation tomorrow at 9 p.m. And I think we will talk a little bit more about F-16s. There are more updates here inside Ukraine and what we will do next, not only with F-16s. When impossible becomes possible, you get more strength and confidence in the victory. Thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel, and helping me film and write more. I'm grateful and blessed to have you. Always check new products in our merch shop. The link is in the description of the video. Lots of them work well as reminders and conversation starters about Ukraine. And most importantly, thank you for your prayers. Thank you for the things that you do. Being far away from Ukraine, you actually save a lot of Ukrainian lives with your words, with your deeds, with your beliefs, and I'm very grateful. Slava Ukraini!